Hi Challenge A parents, I just wanted to give you some examples of how you can organize your Challenge A students' materials. And I know I gave out some different ideas during orientation, but I wanted to show you practically what worked for us last year and how we're implementing the guide and organization of materials this year. Alright, so this is Cora's binder. She has a zipper binder that she used last year for essentials, so we're reusing it this year. In this little spot, she has a place for class papers. She's got her ownership form in there, her etiquette agreement is in here, and her autobiography, all the things that she needs to turn in for week 1. So anytime she has papers to turn in class, she'll put them here in class papers. She's got a little zipper pouch. She's keeping her flags and her notes, her sticky notes in here. And then we've got a hole punch for her for anything that's handed out in class that she might need to hole punch and put in her binder. And it also has a ruler for when we have math discussions. She's got her pencil pouch with her pencils and highlighters in it. And some candy, I guess, in case she needs some sugar. Okay, so in the very front of her binder, we put her guide. And I took out the pages out of the guide that she doesn't need, the pages that are more geared toward parents, the articles and such. So actually I'm planning on putting the semester snapshot in for her right here, but I don't have that out for her right now, but I'll show you what I mean in my book. So this is my copy of the guide. So I'm going to put this in first so she can see at any time what she'll be working on through the year. So that'll go here. And then you start your weekly pages, the week spreads here. And while you can definitely tab these with sticky tabs, I wouldn't recommend using divider tabs because those are going to be difficult to use since their pages are printed front and back. You can use sticky tabs like these or the smaller ones to do your weeks 1 through 15 all the way down. For first semester and then again for second semester. We found last year that wasn't necessary and it was an excessive waste of tabs in Lane's opinion. He doesn't like to waste anything. So instead what we did for him and what we're doing for Cora is to use these little reusable flags, and we'll just move this. So this week is week 1, she has it here. Next week for week 2 she'll move it to the next page, just so that it's easy for her to find her assignments for that week and go quickly to it. Then when we get to the back, we have the appendices, and you can tab each appendix with a sticky tab, or you can use divider tabs. Just put them right here where the gray margin is, where the gray rectangle is in the margin. I didn't put one for logic because there's not really anything that she needs to look at in the logic appendix. It's mostly written to parents. Grammar, again, Cora doesn't really need to flip to the grammar appendix for anything often. I might draw her attention to something in it and I can just tell her the page number. Science is a good appendix to tab for them because this does have a lot of information in it that they need, science or research. We will be referencing the science fair pages quite a bit. We have the science fair project schedule. And then, more importantly, at the end, or the middle to end of second semester, they will need to be able to get to all of the anatomy drawings and terms. So that'll make it easier for her to reference those quickly. The next tab is reasoning, or the next appendix is reasoning. Cora doesn't have a tab on it because she didn't feel like she was going to need it. And then we have LTW, and she has a tab on this one, so she can look at invention, arrangement, and allocation, and so she can see the schedule for LTW. And then I wanted her to have a flag on the highlighting system so she can refer to it, and she is starting with using just the blue to start marking her books. And then the last appendix is cartography or debate. This is an important one for them to have marked to be able to flip to because they're going to need the lists for each area that we study. So she can flip to that quickly. After the appendices, I gave her some, this is actually in the wrong place. I gave her some dividers for LTW and math. Now you can do a divider for every subject, but we have a different system. So LTW, I will be making copies of the worksheets for her, and they will go in right here, and she will be able to work on them from this tab. She'll have paper that she can write her rough draft of her essays on, and then we'll type her completed essays, hole punch them, and put them right here behind this tab in order. Then she has a math divider so that she has some blank paper to write her math problems on that she's going to be bringing into class. And I also put her math 5 common topic discussion sheet that we will be using in class, put it in a page protector, and that's where that's supposed to be, behind that tab, so she can reference that during class. So those are the only 2 subjects that are in her binder. You could do Latin. You could put a Latin tab back here if you wanted to have them work their exercises and keep them in one place here. For Cora, we're using Latin Workspace A. So this holds all of her work, all of her charts, all of her exercises. If I want her to do any additional charts, I'll just have her do them on lined paper and put them in the back of her binder. For science or research, she's using this for her final. This is where she'll put her final essay each week, and this is where she'll do her illustration. And this black notebook is what she's going to do her research in. So I put the science report checklist in here. She's got some dividers that she's going to decide how she wants to use them, but they have pockets in them. So she'll be using note cards to take notes of her bibliography information, and she can slide those in here. She will do her keyword outline here, her fused outlines here, and then she'll write her rough draft in here. So she's got plenty of space in this notebook to use that for. And then toward the end of the year, when we're doing our anatomy strand, she will practice her anatomy drawings on this graph paper. So that's what she will be using for research. Then for cartography, I bought her a sketchbook from the store, and this is what she's doing her sketches, her practice sketches in. And I just made her a cute label for the front because when we pulled the tag off of it, it ripped the front of the book. So she wanted something to cover that up, so I made her a label. And then, without even thinking about it, I matched the cover on her index card book, and she's using this index card book for her cartography definitions. This will be her cartography dictionary. So that is what we are using for organization for Challenge A. I hope it helps you to brainstorm some more ideas. The last thing that we have is her challenge planner that I printed for her and had it bound. Inside of this is her packing list. This is laminated so she can check it off without it becoming torn up. She can set her schedule for her daily schedule. It has a year view here so she can mark things on that if she needs to. And then it has monthly calendar so she can write in when things are due and upcoming events. And then it has each week's spread so she can write what she's doing for each day. And then it has community day and notes, what things she needs to remember for that week. And then at the back she has a place to track what books she's reading for the year. Alright, I hope that helps.